everybody who was in Edgelands. Gonna go ahead and pause the Dust Bespoke Brooks. Gonna go for the usual 2-hour stream. So 2 parts. Last time we fought Tentamaru, I believe its name was. And we dusted off that. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing as the next solo stream after I finish Raidou 2. Because it all depends on if we hit that sub goal. Because then it's going to be Sekiro, Shadow Dies Twice. If not, it might be Demon Souls. And then after Demon Souls, we might check out the remaster, although I guess there are stipulations and nonsense for streaming that one. So I should probably read that while we're booting up. Okay, it looks like the only thing is just spoiler alerts. But I already played the original game. I beat the original game. I'm gonna be making all the nonsensical references to the factor of tidal wave, and that the factor that the lady, everybody's just like, oh my god, the lady, she freaking probably was sconded with like a dude. It's like, yeah, the dude that's like inside of her. I will say that it looks fucking incredible in comparison to the original game. Also, the amount of like quality of life improvements that they added. Well, I've never played Sekiro, but Claire Obscure just reminds me of Baba Booey, Legend of Dragoon. That's the word for it. We've pinpointed the reason why Dahan won't use his assassinations training to bump off Lord Tento. After all, if you really wanted to stop Akane's wedding, that would be the most direct method. So there must be a reason why he hasn't done it. It also explains why he wants to become King Abaddon. I feel like that's just like roundabout. Couldn't we just wipe them all out? Not saying that I'm a Chaos player, but can't we just go down there? A little bit of napalm, a little bit of fire. I'm sure. Oh wait, no, this is I think 1920s technically. So the states haven't done the whole entire thing yet. To assume the man of Dahan needs luck locusts that were released in capital. After checking up on the capital to make sure King Abaddon hadn't done any damage there, decided to focus on Lord Tento, who may have sparked Dahan's decision to become King Abaddon. Wisdom out from Nagi, we got through Centipede Road to Tento Kagura, where Dahan was waiting. We chased him below to an underground village below Sugigata village and met some strange looking creatures. But these creatures were actually the god of Sugigata village and Akane's grooms to be, Lord Tento, or as we've taken it, calling them the Tento Lords. I don't know, I'm just saying, I already fought a giant ship. They shouldn't be that big of a deal, guys. There, Dahan showed us the tragic fates of the Sugigata Gata's daughters. After Nagi left, we returned to the Fukuroku Inn, still digesting the things that we'd seen. Also, kind of interesting that both games deal with kind of like a lady being used for something. Raidou explained the circumstances of the investigation of Narumi. Also, I hate Narumi's English dub actor. He doesn't sound like a 30-year-old who's been in the military. He sounds like fucking dude 16 or like barely 22 without any bit of water behind his ears. Well, still wet behind his ears is what I meant. So, what do we got here? Bug named Beelzebub, named Lord of the Flies, but I mean, to be fair, the Tentomon are more like related to locusts, so that brings them more in line with Abaddon and like gluttony and hunger, while Beelzebub is more closely, I believe, rot and pride, something like that. True identity of Lord Tento, or should I say the Tento lords living under the Sukigata village. But that also brings into question about the factor that people in Sukigata village also bring up Shinado. So not only King Abaddon, the Tento lords, and Shinado just in this one village. I feel like no wonder why they have a fucked up place. They have 3 different gods that all don't fucking vibe with each other, and they're still trying to worship like it's one god. The secret of the marriage ritual and Akani's horrific future, and the symbiotic relationship between the Sukita village and the Tento lords. It's all way too much to digest. Let's go over it bit by bit. I want to review everything we know systematically in an investigational meeting. You up for it, Raidou? Sure. All right, then. Let's get right down to brass tacks. I know that you know all this information, and the viewers probably all know this information, but I don't know the information. Or at least the developers assume that you don't know the information, so I'm going to be the proxy that explains to you this information. The Fukuroku Inn doesn't have coffee, so I poured us some tea and said, the last time we poured drinks here, we got drugged and passed out. I don't want to drink any of their stuff. First, the place beneath Sukita village is the Tento shrine, right? You're just freaks. Well, the Tento shrine, that's where those creepy deformed things live. Those deformed things are important to Sukita. What are they? The Tento lords. Yeah, you told me that before. Yeah, it's almost like I have all the information, Arumi. Lord Tento, that's what they call the groom of the Sukigata clan and the village god. No, I've had several people say that the god is Shinado. But you and me know the truth. Tento are the disfigured people who were driven out of the village because of the looks. Are they disfigured people? They're breeding like giant fucking monster bugs down there. I know you didn't go down there and personally fight one, but I fought one, and that bitch was big. From the bride's point of view, having to marry one of those, that's cruel fate. No two ways about it, but she can't refuse to go through with the ritual. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's just marrying one of them. It doesn't seem that way at all. The Sukigata clan and Lord Tento have a certain understanding, which is the actual reason for the marriage ritual. Sukigata clan offers their daughters to Lord Tento, and in exchange, they get something from their god. What was that? Luck locust. Right, you mentioned the locust here, but all the insects of Fukushi used in their assassination come directly from Lord Tento, don't they? Kinda. That the 8th Fukushi clan has deep ties to these so-called Tentos, it's all news to me too. It seems like, you know, this whole entire like group of people that are supposed to exist and work as like levers and parts of the same supernatural government entity don't really work under those same branches. People fear the 8th Fukushi clan because no one even knew how they carried out their assassinations. Their techniques have been shrouded in mystery for who knows how long. But the Tento clan is capable of creating insects whose powers are par with your demons. No, the fuck it isn't. No, the fuck it isn't. I've killed many of their things. They're not on point with my demons. I clearly have the advantage here and could go down there and just cause a whole entire bunch of problems. Everything falls into place. Those disfigured people hidden from the public eye, they're the key. The insects are the tools of the Fukushi trade. Without them, their livelihood is sunk. And for the Lord Tento, marrying the Sukigata daughter is essential if they want to live in the offspring. In other words, this is how their arrangement goes. The Fukushi clan and Lord Tento, or rather the Tento lords, scratch each other's backs. And to keep the deal sweet, there has to be some sort of There has to be a contract of some sort, the marriage ritual. We've got this mostly sorted out now, so I think we can call this meeting adjourned. Good work, Raidou. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Narumi's like in his 30s. And they have the dude who's playing him in the new dub, like he doesn't sound at all like a freaking person. He doesn't at all sound like an actual person of age. Yeah, he's 32. The new English dub has him sounding like he's in his 20s. Kane is trying to carry on with the marriage ritual for the sake of the village. And yet the Japanese VA that they have makes sense. It's the VA for freaking Toji from fucking JJK. She knows how important the relationship with the Tento Lord is to her village's future. Dahan's out to break up the wedding for his sister's sake and for the rest of Sukiyata village. But he figures if he can steal the Tento Lord's thunder as a god, he can do away with the ritual. His vision for Sukiyata village, the village's future, is one without the sacrifice of their daughters. It's a tough road to hoe. Kane accepts the status quo for what it is, while Dahan is determined to shake it up. It's not about right or wrong. They both see themselves as doing what's necessary for the future. See, these don't sound like the words of like somebody who's young. It sounds like somebody who's seen a decent bit of life. If it was up to you, Raidou, how would you do it? How would you work towards building a future? Work within the system or try to smash to make something new? Which would you pick? Stop giving me these like binary law and chaos choices. Things have to be better. Got ambition, I see. Things have to be better. I'm sure Dom would agree with it. Tento are worshipped as gods in Sugita, but they were driven out by the same people for their looks. Whatever the future holds for Akane, I feel sorry for becoming one of those things brides. So if I do remastered, it will probably be with the Japanese dub. But what Dahan's trying to do is put a stop to it, or this King Abaddon thing is about. We can't forget that he released the Luck Locust in the capital. Let's keep an eye on Dahan, on what Dahan's up to. On the chapter of Dahan, Tento, edit, Tento revealed. On the subject of marriage, I'm just going to share the truth of the ritual. On the subject of King Abaddon, Jesus, who's King Abaddon Part 2? All right, I almost forgot to tell you. Akajiri called for us before you got back. I want to talk about the job. Let's go see him when you're ready. I'll come with. There's nothing that I have in here. Oh wait, I have a bug. Okay, I don't have a bug. She has fine fur and giggles. Did I? Nope. Yeah, I definitely don't have that. I feel like some of these cases are a bit annoying. Especially since they seem to involve like one-off obscure items, or for like the fine fur one. There's two different ones that I could see working there. It could be Alf, or it could be Nekomatata. I've been waiting for you, Raidou. Hey. Dear advice, I was able to undergo the process of apologizing to my master. In hopes that I might receive equally useful advice, I wish to consult with you again. I went through proper channels and processed for a case trial in the case house at the Narumi Detective Agency. Feel free to examine the case whenever you have time. Dude, you could have just asked. God, you kids these days are so much extra work. For personal reasons, I wish you for your help. I asked that you meet me in the eastern part of the Tento Woods. I'll tell you more there. Sure. Eastern part of the Tento Woods, though. I mean, I can use the experience. I have felt like I'm a wee bit underleveled for halfway through the game. Also, one of the best quality of lives, you don't have to switch to your other demons if you have the demon that you need. They will just automatically plunk whatever demon you need in your hand. Probably know by now, but to get to the mansion straight through the woods. I wonder what that Akijiro fellow wants with us. Do you want to talk about some kind of job? Nah, I'm here to check out the eastern part of the woods. If I can even get to the eastern part of the woods. What was I working on last time that we were here? Okay, it is you guys. Also, another quality of life. Even though you have 2 demons in the remaster, you get access to their full moon pool. And they've also reworked how mag works. Well, Raidou, no, this is Raidou 2. This isn't remastered. This isn't the Mystery of the Soulless Army. This is King Abaddon. But how you doing, Ninja? Lucky Strike. What does that do for me? Raises crit. Maybe I lose a little bit of health. Also, his loyalties are to max. Okay. But I'm just talking about the stuff that I've learned from touching on the remaster a wee bit. No, I went the wrong way. Thank you, man, but I really shouldn't. At present, I'm working my way through Daybreak. Daybreak. Okay, you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm thinking Daybreak is the name of a game. Okay, Trials through Daybreak. I have Trials in the Sky, I think. Do I have Trials in the Sky? I might not. No, I think I have like Code Steel and all that stuff. I have a couple of them on PlayStation. I know that like Trials Through the Sky is like the first of the series. I've also heard from people that you don't need to play through all of those games. You can just hop in kind of at like Cold Steel. But when I saw Daybreak, I was like, you're working your way through the day? How long have you been out? I'm like, no, right? RPGs came out. I got a lot of freaking Falcom games that I still gotta beat. I have shit. I have these 2. I still gotta beat that one because I'm like midway through that and then stop playing for a while. Do I have a pixie? Have I ever had a pixie? I want a pixie. I heard you humans don't know how to tell the truth. Everything you say is a lie. Well, you should know you'll never fool me. I can fool you. That's the lie. I can see right through you. I knew you could never fool. Okay, that was the right option. You seem to like jokes. You're not a serious demon. Yeah, nice. I don't know what that has to do with anarchy there, buddy, but it does. Super rare. Where should go? Narumi Detective Agency. God. I wanted a demon, but instead I'm just unlocking quest lines. Also, that's another good thing that they brought back in the remaster. Art of Confinement's back. LA the sky for cold steel. Though before one, cold spoils the skies. So you plan to go through skies. I probably forget by the time that I get around to them, because there's like so many of them at this point. Like, I thought Yeast had a bunch of games, or Yeast had a bunch of games to it, but just no. Freaking Trials has so many more. Gotta figure out where the heck I gotta go. Get extra loyalty. Is that 2? Yeah, it's 2. Shova. Am I full on cages? I am full on cages. Oh shit, you drain electricity. I didn't see that coming because you're force. So I just went with the usual weakness trait and got told no. These has many games, main series has currently 10. Well, I know that there's a spin-off that's getting a remaster right now, and technically it's far more than 10 installments by now, because you have Yeast 1 and 2, you have their updated versions, you have the remake of Oath-in Falgana, or that was the first time Falgana was told. You have Arc, which was the first time it's been told. There's a remake of Fully Joshin. Donna was new story. Monstrum Nox and Nordics was new stories, but I believe they take place earlier in Adol's life. Wait, I give up. I don't want to play anymore. God, I love Persona. What up, Taskman? Well, since you're so strong, I want to become your demon now. Oh, thanks. Free demon. This isn't Persona, though. Oh, jeez. I didn't realize. I forgot how much freaking stuff I have. So at this point, with the factor of me having Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, Raidou 1 and 2, SMT 5, and SMT Vengeance, I'm nope, scratch that, fuck, I forgot, because I own Persona 5, I own Persona 5 Royale, I own Ultimax, I own Strikers 2 times over, I own Reload thanks to a friend buying it for me. So no, never mind. I'm equal on my experience with owning SMT games versus Persona games. Do I want to take? You know what? You haven't been walking with me, so let's get rid of the Fighters bonus for Fire Boost. The timeline for Yeast is all over the place. One game we'll see you years into then the very next one we'll go back in time to what he was actually. I mean, we haven't really gotten like young at all, because that's like what is it? Okay, what's up with these folks? I don't. Wait, aren't those the guys who freaking frequent the drink bar? The hell are they doing out here? Let's put Flamas over that for right now. I think one of the funniest things that has happened in recent years is just Monstrum Knox with having to ask all of those questions in the beginning and just kind of having to understand that Adol just genuinely gets that every predicament he gets into is just kind of like, yeah, that's how it happened. Yeah, I know you can't believe it, but that's all I gotta say. So you uncovered legendary ancient weapons and fought dinosaurs and have no proof of this. Nah, the tattoo's gone. Because I'm pretty sure Monstrum Knox directly takes place after Yeast 8. So I'm pretty sure those are like the first time we've had anything that is just straight to the next one. Yeah, it does look like the guys from the drink bar. What are they doing here? Wait a sec, those people. Ah. Get away, stay back. Wait, are they? I just stay calm. Yeah, they are people from the drink bar, I'm pretty sure. This boy is not an enemy. Oh, never mind. Maybe no, they're definitely from the drink bar. What's up, Neji? Naji. Thanks for coming. I owe you my thanks, Raidou. So what's their deal? And why are you giving me a small kimono? Oh, never mind. They're just demons. Naji. These people are what I wanted to discuss with you. The process is... Alright, so you want to bring fairies who lost their way, you want to bring fairies who've lost their homes to Tenta Woods. Oh, okay. The one flaw in the theory I can discern so far is the demons who dwell in this region. They have a way of rejecting newcomers. It's a process I'm already familiar with. I was eager to hear Raidou's opinion. What do you think of letting the fairy folk live here? It's a sound theory, or should I discard it? I mean, it's kind of a good theory. I mean, I'm pretty sure in China, Mara is censored. And technically, like, in Japan, the games are normally rated, like, basically they're T through, well, they're like 13 through 16 ratings. While over here in the States, we just bumped them all the way up to rated M because we can't ever handle any topics. Wonderful. I'm so glad to know you share my theory, Raidou. So, how are you going to handle the natives, Nagi? Yeah, settle you with her. Set right after East 2, so this happens a bit before Memories of South Side. The one that I'm most interested in is the desert place. Bleh. I think it's like the Lost Kingdom of Sand. Geese 5? I want to say that it's 5. Yes, settling the fairy folk here will be a difficult process. The only two theories I can form are to take the land by force or to seek a means of coexistence. Which theory do you prefer? God damn it, stop making my controller vibrate every time there's a law and order and a law and chaos. Like, coexistence is best, but also, I mean, fuck the Tento people right now, because fuck them. See, believe one must create an ideal situation with one's own strength. Look, lady, you're asking the dude who fought a giant transformer. I'm not the best at answering any of this shit. I also technically like doomed my like great descendant to wander the plains in between worlds. So I mean, like, again, not the best at like asking questions. That is simply the way of things. It seems doubtful we can narrow it down to a single correct theory, but we mustn't turn away from it. I'm glad I figured that out much. Raidou, I wish for you to hold on to this and in process keep it safe. Nagi handed Raidou a small kimono. Hey, that's that fairy's kimono. I will find the best theory to solve the fairy smoke's dilemma. At that point, I think I will have the confidence to go greet her. This concludes the process I assigned to you. Thank you, Raidou. So Nagi, do you not know about like the Gomadan? Because I know a dude, he's European, really crazy. His name is Victor. He can patch up your high fairy. Your descendants F you up every time we go to the game over. No, those are our ancestors. Was I able to go in here last? Nope, they're still, of course, repelling me. Damn. Those are our ancestors that get all pissy faced and yet don't have the problems that we run into. Why are you hitting me? Why are you hitting me? No. Get back in the cage. Guys, don't kill the bird. But yeah, I'm super happy that they brought back Art of Confinement for Raidou Remastered, because I hate Gosha Magaiden. Actually, what does Heretical Smash look like? Or a Heretic Crush? Okay, that's pretty basic. Bruh. How are they all null to it? What damage was that? They're all null to death? That's crazy. This works for Falcon because it allows them more or less to do whatever they want with yeast. They've been slowly building into something with yeast, but they're waiting for the right moment to make use of that lore. I mean, I feel like it's also kind of just hard for them to do anything because, like, spoiler talk for how it's literally been only 40 minutes. How? No. But yeah, spoiler talk for no. Oh, someone different. How unfortunate that you should encounter a fiend on the new moon. Or is it fortunate that you shall be granted a painless death? Look, bro, I'm nowhere near ready to fucking kill you guys. I feel like you're looking for a dude in booty shorts with like techno tattoos on his body and like a weird horn spike on his neck. He's definitely ready for y'all. I'm just human. Child of man, do you fear me? And then I demand tribute. Do I even have a bead? Okay, I had a bead. Fine, take the luckiest. No. Dude. Sure, she's maxed on freaking everything. Means are relentless New Game Plus. Thank God I'm not doing New Game Plus. I mean, honestly, all of the SMT characters would probably already be ready. Also, another quality of life thing that they're giving to people in Remaster, not only do you get access to the fucking Gomaden from Dragon Veins, you get access to the goddamn Konoya on top of it. So not only do you get Fusion, you get access to a shop at every save location. Like it, I don't mind quality of life stuff, but like they've kind of taken all of like the difficulty and just said, we're done with all the difficulty. Do I want to fuse Nekomatata already? I kind of need her, so I think I'm gonna have to. Technically, but through the whole entire like Tesseract thing that's introduced in here, it would make sense that like the pocket Gomaden that you're accessing through the Jargon Vein wouldn't have access to Konoya. Also, damn, she's actually really fucking good. Please tell me when I turn this case doesn't take her as well. Do I want her with those skills though? That seems to be all that I can get from her. There's a huge lore dump behind it. As maybe. Just because there are a lot of games on my backlog. Because I want to cover her mind boost, her sink and swim. Give her that just because she has decent strength. Give her life boost. She had Zeo in there, and then luck or chakra. Really, I definitely don't see a way of like beating them at level 38. I got kind of close against Pale, and then I forgot he just kind of fucking nukes the entire place, and then I fucking died. And then I was like, well, fuck this. I have an Archangel? What? Oh, I do have an Archangel. I already had one of you. Could get him with a bunch of stuff and some solid stats, but better wait for him to max out his stuff. So it's one of those things like if you wanted to on like whatchamacallit days on blah 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 this way. I went the completely until wrong way by accident. But shit. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't grab it. I gotta give you a better moveset. But out in Persona you can freaking head into Mementos during certain days and essentially get the Reaper to one-shot itself. Also, I have no idea how to deal with them. Oh, and another thing that remaster does, it keeps in sword alchemy. But I feel like I'm getting encounters really freaking fast. Is there anybody here that I would want? Probably after the Sandman. No. Do not kill my luck locust. It's coming back with me. As soon as I remember the buttons. I'll be interested to see what they do when they get around to remastering this game. You know what? Negotiation will go well, so why not talk to Screw it, just use both of them. I think he's considered timid. Yeah, I guess not. Keep quiet. I'm done talking with you. Okay, fine. You want to die? I'll kill you. Make you bleed like you're in a freaking Chinese anime. Can I please wake up? Can I please? Thank you. Stop, or you think you're killing me? Kinda, but I won't. That makes up both of them. Elect resist. I mean, do you really need it? You already drained elect, but it'll be good for when we fuse you into something. Right, I gave him force resist, which actually kind of made him busted. Ooh. If I fused the Jack Frost with that, he'd basically be Black Frost. My nose. My nose is doing funky stuff. But I really wonder what demons added into remaster, because it seems to be a heck of a lot better making sure you don't miss stuff. Like, I know that I missed a bunch in Raidou 1. Especially when L-Dubs was just like, yeah, you know, there are quests in this game. I'm like, there are quests in this game? What do you mean there are quests in this game? Yeah, they're just basically a bunch of quests in this game. How? Why? Right, I wanted to go back to the village to get stuff. Another time. I think the only thing that a lot of people might dislike about the remaster is that they've given Raidou magic skills, so he has access to a basic fire, lightning, wind, and ice move instead of having access to bullets. Also, it seems like they got rid of the different ammo types as well. Instead, going with just one ammo type and giving you somehow a revolver chambered with like 24 rounds. We've been waiting for you. Narumi, Raidou. What's up with these guys? If you don't make any false moves, we won't hire Miss Asakura. Hey, you out of your gourd, Akijiro? What's all this about? Raidou, it was you, wasn't it? I thought I told you not to go near Centipede Road. You've seen things no one was meant to see, the Tento Lords. Can't let any foreigner who laid eyes on the Tento Lords get away. I propose a trade, you for Miss Asakura. Do we have a deal? Fuck you! You value your own life that highly? Behold the great devil summoner's true feelings. Then I guess I'll send Miss Asakura here to help you. That's not really what I meant. Raidou, come on. I feel like I'm never gonna see the capital again, which I guess makes sense why they gave us access to the Goma Den from Dragon Veins. Akane. I heard Raidou was coming, but he never showed up, so I came here to see what was going on. Again, it feels very, yeah, I know that I chose chaos. As a cool thing, even though this is being emulated on like the PS3's emulator, they still have all like the vibration moments for when a choice comes up. Which, funny thing, I don't know when this came out. I think this was before Persona 4, but I've noticed with a lot of the PlayStation releases, if Atlas is able to do it, they add in controller vibration as a way to draw the player in, to let them know, hey, something is tugging something some way. Because in Persona 4, during the very, very, very opening moments of the game, when you shake somebody's hand, your controller vibrates, and that is the only time it does that. I heard everything, Father. What are you thinking? If word of the Tento Lords got out, outsiders would be sure to take interest. Hey, Akajiro. We're part of the same organization. Like, I feel like you Fukushi guys kind of like completely forget that you're part of the branch of the Yatagarasu. So I don't know why you're acting all like, he's an outsider. He doesn't belong here. It's like, bitch, I've been running around using tube summoning in front of y'all. That's a secret of the Kuzunoha clan. Am I trying to commit freaking seppuku to all you guys? No. That would upset the Tento Lords, and if that happens, our village is done for. This was a year after Persona 4? Yeah, I kind of figured it was around that era. Kane held some powdered medicine wrapped in wax paper up to Tei's nostrils. Is it bedtime already? I feel like chloroform here is gonna have lasting effects. Take this woman to Fukuroku Inn. Treat her well. Please, when you wake up, continue as though this was just a bad dream. What is the meaning of this? Father, don't you remember Raidou saved me from Dahan? Aren't you ashamed of yourself to take his friends hostage and threaten him? Raidou, tell me what happened. But first, come inside. It's not polite to keep guests on their feet. Well, you see, what had happened was the demon summoner assigned to y'all invited me to the Centipede Road, and so I went down and the Dahan was like, hey there, Raidou. Welcome to the Centipede Road. Ain't these Lord Tento weirdos some fuck shit? Check out what they do to their bride. And then Raidou, Narumi, and Akashiro to the Sukigata mansion. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You know, while we're all like doing this as well, Dahan's also back at the capital trying to become like a secondary god for your village. Now then, Raidou, you can tell me what happened in the Tento sanctuary? Well, I bet the shit out of some weird guys, fought a giant bug, saw what they do to your daughters, just a bunch of stuff. Oh no, it's ridiculous how much of a competition they got going on. It's about, now that I think about it, it's exactly like how the Army and Navy in the first game were. Try to explain the circumstances of the investigation of Kane and Nekajiro. So that's what happened. That damn son of mine. I didn't think he'd be here already. Just when the marriage ritual was about to start. It's as if he's hell bent on interfering. Kane, Raidou told me about Tsukida village and the Tento Lords and about the marriage ritual. We know. I know there are reasons behind the relationship between Tento Lords and Tsukiyata village, but there's something we said for resisting the status quo. You're entitled to a future too, you know? Even if it is something you learned from a certain young man. I'm very glad to hear you say that, but I'll just accept that you think so and leave it at that. Giving up my life is necessary to ensure a future for Tsukigata village. I wouldn't dream of resisting the wedding to the Tento Lords. It would hurt the Tsukihara name and the pride of the Tento crest. You're dumb. Again, I've heard like 4 different gods' names dropped in your village. Y'all have no idea what you're doing. Raidou, Narumi, I asked you to chase after Dahan. And if Dahan entered the Tento sanctuary, then of course, unaware of the circumstances, you'd follow him. I went too far. I hope you can forgive me. Nah, man, fuck you. Unfortunately, I can't seem to go down a neutral route in this game. Last time I was evidently law, and the descendant was like, you see this? You're a law-abiding citizen. It's like, half the shit that was brought up was like, for SMT freaking 1. I got nothing to do with the freaking world flooded. That's like 20 years down the line. Actually, no, that's like 120 years down the line. Dawn is here. Things have gotten serious. I need your help. I think the only one that like let me immediately go neutral was SMT5, because they just blatantly kind of hold off any of those decisions until the very end of the game. We can't let the marriage ritual fail, please. I'm asking you to, Raidou, Narumi, completing the marriage rituals successfully. That's my last wish. I feel like there's shit that I should be doing back at the capital. Afterwards, Raidou and I went after Dahan to stop him from interfering with the marriage ritual. Worked day and night to scour every inch of Tsukihara village. Narumi, he said that he was going back to the capital. What? We never found Dahan. Preparations for the marriage ritual continued with the fears of sabotage hanging in the air. And here we are the night before the ritual, sitting in our room at the Fukuroku Inn. Also, during the intro cutscene, he's at Waydon 1. I'm just saying. You should really pay attention to that shit. It's looking like this ritual will go on with us, knowing nothing about where Dahan's lurking. One other thing. I heard from the intendant that Tay went back to the capital. Apparently something urgent came up and the capital daily called her home. 1 minute the dame was held as hostage by a clan of assassins. The next she's eating dinner and getting ready for work like nothing happened. She's a tough cookie. She was knocked out and then convinced it was a dream. Speaking of Tay, there's a story she told me once. In olden days, people who could forge iron from iron ore were considered supernatural and magical. Her story was about a group of these people all immigrating to some village. The iron they forged made life in the village easier, and their iron goods brought in a lot of money. I feel like you're just recapping Princess Mononoke. Oh, interesting. I had no idea that there was a way to tell what path I was on. Everything was peachy between the immigrants and the villagers at first. Immigrants didn't look quite like the normal folks of the village. Humans can be a sad crew, huh? Once someone's fortune is made, they'll trample over whoever they have in order to protect it. The villagers started avoiding the immigrants and worried about what the neighboring villages thought. Eventually, the village elder couldn't sit on the fence anymore and set the immigrants into the mountains. To keep the villagers from following him up there, he started a rumor about the mountain curse. When I heard this part, I could tell the elder wasn't a bad egg. As long as the villagers stayed away from the mountain, everything would work out for the immigrants, right? The immigrants might have been exiled, sure, but they got their peace and quiet out of the bargain. What do you think, Raidou? If you were that elder, what would you have done? You don't have time to. You don't have to think too hard on it. Just go with your feeling. I mean, for this scenario, the immigrants were bringing a skill and tool with them that made the village more prosperous. So why would the village want to kick them out anyways? Interesting. So that's where you'd go. Yeah. Plus, any of the villagers could have been taught how to freaking work and forge iron as well. You probably said in that thing it's wrong to discriminate. How about this? No, that wasn't at all what I was thinking. What if the elder enforced coexistence slowly protect the village's source of income? Keeping the immigrants around us. Yeah, see, I wasn't thinking along those lines. I was thinking of, you know, people working and learning skills together. Seems a little cold-hearted to me to ignore a little cruelty for the sake of the status quo. I'm not saying your way is wrong. It just has its own problems. Yeah, and so does telling people, hey, it's great that, you know, you brought this skill here, brought income to the place. Just GTFO up this mountain, and I'll tell everybody not to come up the mountain no more. It's like, okay, that's chill, but now we gotta go build houses again. And then eventually it's gonna get to the point where you forget about the curse, and then you have a bunch of people from that village wanting to suddenly come up into that village because that village is better. I don't mean to get you down with all this talk. It's just hearing more about Sukiya the village and the Tento Lords reminds me of that story. Goodness, have I been blathering on this long? Look at the time. Better to take care not to oversleep tomorrow. Wouldn't want to miss Akane's big day. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no. Yeah, thank you, Sir Bot, for banning. What is up with these bots today? You bet your life that Tom will be there too. Oh yes. I feel like I missed something. I think it was about gearing. We call it the luck that the heavens dole out to us fate. No, I don't. And there's no question that fate plays a big part in our lives. People talk big about forging your own destiny, and that's fine as far as it goes, but what if they're fated to try and pull it off? I wonder if our actions in this world will lead to the future we want. Oh yeah, Garrett. Mr. Narumi, is something wrong? Yeah, I turned in early for the night, but I couldn't sleep too well. I know you don't necessarily agree with the Sugita village or Tento's theories, but we must stand fast. Your wavering may affect the young ones. Sorry, Giran. Didn't mean to cause a scene. Meanwhile, Jiren, their practices and things, it's just theories. It's like, no, man. No, that's not how theories work. Nagi doesn't look too good, huh, Raidou? It needed enter the bounds of your conjecture, Mr. Narumi. God damn. The amount of shade being thrown around. Oh, I want to wait, Booty. Marriage ritual is just about to begin. Where would you go now? I would strike at the moment. Yeah, but I wanted to see what alignment I was. But we're gonna take a short pause here, because we're coming up on ad break.